Welcome to the Taking It Outside podcast from Spring Hill Outfitters, the show that connects you with the outdoors, with experts on guns, archery, cooking, outdoor gear, and more. Here's your host, Trent Lassiter.
Well, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back for another episode of Taking It Outside inside Spring Hill Outfitters. Happy to have y'all back with us today inside the studio here at Spring Hill Studio. Always good to be here. Great episode planned for y'all. Summertime's in full swing. And, it's kind of hard. We talk about this a lot this time of year. We don't do as many episodes as we do in the fall and winter just because it's hot outside. And y'all know I love the heat. Just kidding, it sucks. I'm so ready for summer to be over with. It sucks so bad. Golly. But anyway, we're back. Season 6, episode 5, Taking It Outside. Great episode planned as always. Before we get into it, you can find the podcast on all major podcast platforms. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us. I will say YouTube, we talked about this just a second ago. YouTube, if you subscribed to us before, you got to do it again because we had a little issue with YouTube. They don't like our types of people, and so we had to create a new channel. If you look for Taking It Outside, it'll come up again, but it's going to be a new channel. So we're starting fresh unless we can find the old one somewhere laying around and give it back to us maybe. But in the meantime, we started a new one. So Taking It Outside, or you can look for Spring Hill Outfitters NC. And find us on YouTube. Go ahead, subscribe to us again. I know you have for the old one, but you got to do it all over again. So, social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Just look for Spring Hill Outfitters or shop with us at springhilloutfitters.com, and you can find episodes there as well. Joel Gillie Productions. We always thank Joel for what he does, the man behind the scenes who makes all this possible. Without Joel, we would not be here. We would be here, but you just would never hear us or see us. Because we wouldn't know how to get it out of this room. We would be here talking.
Good.
We'd be here talking, but the podcast would not be no ways as successful as what it is because Joel is what makes us come to your homes and your vehicles and makes us sound as good as we can for what he's got to work with. So thank you, Joel, for what you do. Since last episode, we'll get into more of that in just a little bit. We'll go ahead and introduce our guests just because I feel weird talking about stuff without them talking and chiming in. So these are no strangers to the Taking It Outside podcast. Been here at least twice before, I think, maybe.
Twice.
Third, I think it's the third time.
Maybe 3. I don't know.
This is the fourth time.
Fourth time? Larken was saying a while ago just how we've grown up so much over the years. He said, I came here. This was a table and the bare the conference room. We actually turned into a podcast room over time. And every year we kind of made a little adjustments and additions and changed this and changed that. And now here we are now. But they're back with us again. We'll introduce Larken first.
Yeah.
I think when he first started coming, it was more about his dad. And now his dad's like, I'm just going to sit to the side and let Larken do all the talking. But Mr. Michael and Mr.
He will do.
Larken Letchworth, thank y'all for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Larken has a lot to talk about today, so I'm going to go ahead and let him. I'm just kidding.
I'm holding it in.
We had a little pre-podcast powwow about how to keep every answer to the questions 20 minutes minimum per answer. Larken doesn't mind talking. We here at Taking It Outside, we talk about everything outdoors and hunting, fishing, shooting, killing, eating, grilling, everything else, fishing, everything in between. And I think both of these guys, which Michael is the reason that Larken is into it now, but both of these guys possess about everything you can do outdoors. I think they do. It seems like by their social media.
I'm the one who started the whole
You got your daddy into
obsession,
it?
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of got your daddy into it.
I'm the one who found it out.
He's the founder.
Yeah.
I'm the investor.
We had that conversation, too, about how all these things are funded earlier, but it does
If you
take...
go back on this, you're going to see the funniest face you've ever seen in your life.
Really? No, thank these guys for being here. Before we get into it, talking to them, I will say since last episode, I mentioned summer's in full swing. We fished Big Rock a couple of weeks ago. Big Rock was a lot of fun. Didn't win any money. People always ask. They say was Big Rock successful, and it was because we survived, and nobody fell off the boat, and the weather was nice all week. We did not win. People measure the success usually of Big Rock off of how big a check you get. So if you want to measure it that way, it was not successful. We did not win a check. But we caught some fish. We saw some fish. Everybody was safe, and we had a great time. Big Rock's always a good time. Marlin Fever, shout out to those guys. Spring Hill Outfitters customers. Right down the road here, Wilson County, in the edge of Wilson County, boys who aboard the Marlin Fever.
Man, that's crazy.
They had a successful, if you want to gauge it based on money, they had a successful Big
Very
Rock.
successful trip.
$6.5 million reasons of why it was successful.
About a $6 million fish, man. Congratulations. I told everybody, I said, man, the goal is for us to win, but if we can't, I want somebody to win that I like, you know. You don't want somebody that you don't know, some punk to win all that money. But luckily, these guys are good folks. And we only hope that maybe they'll take some of those winnings and come in here and spend it at Spring Hill Outfitters. But no, congratulations to those guys, Marlin Fever. Local folks, $6 million fish, 900-something pounds, tournament record. What a fish.
What a fish.
So Big Rock was fun. Summer's in full swing. July 4th is this weekend. Independence Day is crazy. I feel like summer just started, but I feel like July 4th is kind of like halfway to summer already.
Yeah.
So we're already kind of like almost getting halfway through summertime. So
Been flying.
it does go by fast. But
In 250 years.
I spent a month of my summer in a different continent.
You haven't even been around at all this summer, I feel like.
Not really.
So
I just got
Larken,
back from New York.
we usually would do like a little bio and tell you about these guys. I won't get into that because you know who these guys are. If you don't know, look back when we get done today at some of the past episodes. I think it was season 3 and 4, maybe, talking to these guys and all their past and kind of what got them to where they are now. But I feel like we haven't talked the last season or two, and a lot has happened in y'all's lives the last couple of years. And I mentioned a while ago how much they enjoy the outdoors, and Larkin mentioned he's been traveling around the world the last month or so. Let's settle this right at the start. Do you go to school or do you not go to school? That's the most important question.
Okay, so I've missed 40 days of school, which
Are you did they expel you for that, or like do you still?
So they have this agreement because my teacher likes me.
Okay.
Every teacher likes me.
Of course they do.
So we had this paper, and I gotta go around getting all my teachers to sign it. Gotta get the head of the school to sign it, and then them to sign it. And that's basically saying, this is how I'm gonna get ahead of my work, and they just send me with work, and I do it. But my teacher always kept one on her desk with my name on it.
That's probably a good idea. Well, you've been traveling around, and I feel like, I was fortunate when I was your age, I guess, to be homeschooled for most of my schooling days.
You're lucky.
And I got to travel a lot, but I feel like, and we talked about this before, I think, with your dad, but, sitting in a classroom is good. You learn a lot of stuff in the classroom, but I guarantee you that I would put you up against most of your classmates who have been sitting in the classroom. You probably learn quite a bit more, maybe, or the same, if not more than what
It
they've
definitely
been
brings a different, perspective and ability.
Yeah.
For sure. I wish the homeschool thing could be great but we don't have the time to homeschool. So
You don't stay home to homeschool. You go to travel school or Paris school or Delta school or
He
something.
needs like some COVID online school.
Yeah, you need to get back to remote learning somehow. That'd be good for you. So you said you've been traveling. Let's talk about that. We'll get right into it, talk about all the outdoor stuff here in a little bit. But where have you been? Y'all were in where'd y'all discuss? A few weeks ago, y'all were going somewhere. Paris,
So
England, France?
We were in Europe, so that's Paris and Amsterdam and the Netherlands. And then we went to Bali, Indonesia, which is an island in Indonesia.
Okay.
Bali.
How far is that from Micro, approximately?
From
here? Yeah, pretty good little ways.
If like a straight flight, which they don't have, would be 31 hours.
Yeah, it's a long ways.
That is.
Yes.
So did you, y'all traveled, and I saw all these pictures and videos that your mom posted on social media, but did you, besides, I know you ate good. You had a lot of good food.
Great food.
And
Except the first day in Bali, we had a cooking class, and I had to say it was good, but it
wasn't
kind
good.
of sucked. It was not good. It just ain't my type.
They don't have Bojangles, I guess, in Bali, do they?
He ate a pigeon in Paris, yeah?
No, that was in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, he ate a pigeon. So it's funny. So our
But
good,
it was imported from France.
our good friend Leanne with Yeti,
Yeah.
who was like part of the start of all of our relationships. She actually just recently moved over to Amsterdam to work with Yeti Europe.
Wow.
So she had gotten there like the week before Larkin and Stephanie went in and visited, so they got to catch up for a little bit and go to dinner, and that's when Larkin ate his pigeon.
Yeah, they gave me like a little pigeon wing or leg, and it was cute. It was like it had the tiniest little bone ever, but
It wasn't as big as a
fun.
chicken leg, I guess.
no.
So he did all that traveling, and they did all the Paris boutiques, and then the Indonesia part was pretty cool. Stephanie did a good job of doing like tours and learning like the culture and going to temples and different stuff like that. And they had ponds with tilapia in them that he could go fish at, and they had archery
cool.
there and different stuff. And then they just went to New York and went to a couple of Broadway plays. And so that kind of wrapped up the
Broadway
end
plays.
of, what was it called?
Broadway show.
Broadway shows,
What'd
sorry.
you see on Broadway?
So we saw Hamilton and the Michael Jackson.
Trent is a big Hamilton
How good
fan.
was Hamilton?
I love
Are you being funny or do you really like
I
Hamilton?
can recite every word on it.
Dude, they watch it over
Yeah, I'm
and
every word
over
on it
and
too.
over.
I'll sing the whole soundtrack if you want to sing it right now. It's
I
3
probably
hours. We
got it
better
on my
wait till
search
next.
history
He'll
on Apple
listen
Music.
to it in his office.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's great. So,
Hamilton's.
I know it, and it's catchy to me just because they see it, but like, I mean, they will literally watch it over and over. But once the New York trip ended, the Mom and Larken summer excursions ended, and now he's mine again, and we're back to regular
Now you get to
scheduled
enjoy the
programming.
outdoors.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about the outdoors. You know, I see a lot of this stuff. We talked last time y'all were here about Fox Hollow Outdoors, and I know that was last time I guess we spoke. It was really mainly just seasonings, and you just had made maybe some shirts and hats, maybe or something, and that was a couple of years ago, and that was the brand. I guess you called it not a lifestyle, but a brand you kind of created yourself.
Yeah.
Started out with the seasonings and stuff, really good seasonings. But I feel like, and again, we haven't seen each other in a while now, but we keep in touch. But what's been going on with that? So you've got social media, so it's evolved a lot, I guess.
It's still the very same thing, but like I think a couple things play into what it is now. I'm fully aware that you don't just go selling salt and pepper with a logo on it and expect people to buy it or to sell a lot of it.
Yeah.
So I know it's important to
You just gotta
build.
put gourmet on the label and like some crappy Sharpie handwriting.
I know it's important to build a brand like wrapped around that, and then through some of the years, some of the things we talked about in earlier episodes, like him getting to do some of the content shoots with like Yeti and stuff like that. I realized he enjoyed it. I enjoy it. I enjoy like the process of doing all that stuff. And so what I wanted to do to kind of give him hopefully potential opportunities and just to have fun with it. After ICAST last year, I wanted to get a video company to kind of do like a little short like profile video kind of on him but us, and to tell a little bit of the story of how like barbecue was so much in my life for so long. And then Larken came along, loved the outdoors, and that's kind of where the passion and the attention's been like
Is this
shifted.
supposed to be a good thing about me, or like, oh, he came along and that was ruined everything?
No, you made everything better. But so it was supposed to be just that, and I meant to have it just to have for myself as one, but then just to kind of to be like a if somebody ever was looking a kid to do something for their brand or anything like that you could say, hey man, you ought to check out these boys I know, and be able to show them that video. And then that kind of evolved into, what if we made it like a little 6-episode season of documenting travel and trying to mix in some cooking and that kind of stuff. And so we did that. That was not part of the plan or the ambition. So since we already had Fox Hollow established as a brand, all the company infrastructure and stuff in place, we just ran with calling it Fox Hollow Outdoors. And, I've kind of to some degree tried to use it to kind of build that brand, that lifestyle around, then, and then the seasoning's being a piece of that. But it's kind of a mix. It's still, I mean, I don't think that, I don't know what it'll be in the future. I'm not going out trying to just make the TV show stuff. It's expensive. It's not what people think, as far as like they, think if you've got a show, either somebody paid you to do it, or if you get on a network to do something that they just let you do it. Like everything comes with a price tag. And so I learned a ton, but what I have learned that I love documenting Larken. And so I've been investing in some gear myself to kind of like just kind of do it on my own. What I did learn through that show was there's a lot of pressure. Like when you bring in that camera crew and you fly them in town and you've got like this agenda laid out of what you're trying to accomplish, and then whether that be weather or strictly learn very quickly, I didn't want to have just a fishing show. Like fishing could be a part of it, but if you hinge everything on fishing and you've got this crew flown in for 2 days, if it don't work out, you ain't really got a show.
That's right.
And by the way, everybody, there's not everybody, but there's plenty of people that have just a fishing show, So I found myself like after we get done filming, like I'd be so stressed out and so trying to cram so much in the time slot that I didn't enjoy any of it.
Right.
I enjoyed the 20 minutes that I rewatched the episode for the first time, and then it was on to the next one, you know? And so when we were walking off the dock on the last episode after it was done, and was kind of like, man, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, or at least do it this way. So I don't know what it'll be. I'm still up for doing stuff, but I think that the more, unless we find the right partners to help do it and that shows interest and finds value in it, I think it'll continue now to be us just trying to grow that Fox Hollow brand and making the content that we can ourselves.
I know we always talked about like Michael Waddell and the Duck Commander guys, how we were always jealous of what they do. But sometimes when you have like these guys that are professional or whatever you want to call their job title, I guess. But, you know, hunting's fun when you get to go hunting. Fishing's fun when you get to go fishing, but when you have to go fishing and you have to go hunting, I guess it changes the whole dynamic of it a little bit. You know, it's still, I saw you still enjoy it, but like you said, it's a whole different level of pressure, and you got to, if you don't catch, you know, we always talk about Duck Commander, that DVD that used to come out every year. You know, it took them 3 months to make a 1 hour episode of duck hunting. So.
And, you know, we were doing these things, and I find myself getting more frustrated with him and stuff. And so this year, ever since we wrapped up, we finalized filming the last season or the last episode back in February. And then I just kind of took the other piece of it is like spending all this money. Yeah. And I told Larken, I was like, dude, we can just go do some really cool stuff or double the stuff if we just do it on our own terms. And so, like I say, not to be confused, I loved creating that stuff. Like, it's really, really fun. But juggling that with everything we had going on, like, it was a lot. And worth it, but it was a lot. So now, like, we're heading to we leave the Saturday after our cast. Just him and I are going to go to Mexico to try to catch rooster fish for a couple of days.
In October, we're going back with my mom.
We're going back in October for his fall break, and we're going to go to Texas for a dove hunt and some red fishing in October. And then the one thing that Larken really got into this year that caught me by surprise, and I really wasn't expecting, was duck hunting.
Yeah, that's right.
Like way wrapped up in it. So we got a trip in late December playing to Missouri. Hope some ducks are there. But that was the one thing that I had done in my past, like at more than just every now and then, you know, duck hunting in high school and stuff. But what really started was and I'm sorry, jumping all over the place here, but turkey season 2025, he got hasty after he missed a bird, and when the bird settled back down, he went to shoot it again, and the red dot sight popped him in the face. He killed the bird, but it split his cheek, and then tried to get him back on the gun very quickly, and he was scared of it. And I was like, dang, this sucks. And so as January rolled around, I was just thinking, like, let me get him. There's a shooting preserve in Greenville, and I just wanted to get him back out there and to shoot a duck on the water just to get, like, back around the shotgun so we'd be ready in April.
Because the year before, I had, like, early 2025. That year, I had water blasted some wood ducks.
On Youth Day, yeah. And that was just kind of going to go. My brother-in-law had put it together for him to go, and but we were out there by that preserve, man, and he shot a couple of birds, and he started trying to shoot at them flying, and I was like, okay, hold on. And so I lined up another hunt where it was just him and, like, practicing with flying birds and kind of expensive-ass skeet shooting. But it was fun, and he shot birds out of the sky, and by his third time duck hunting was either Youth Day or anyhow, by the end of the season, he shot his own limits.
Heck yeah.
So it was pretty cool to see him progress that quickly.
Yeah, you've been doing all. So you've been fishing and turkey hunting and duck hunting. You think, what's your favorite that you've been doing the last year? Turkey hunting, duck hunting?
Duck hunting. Turkey hunting, it's just like, it's kind of stressful.
He put in more time in the turkey blind this season that he has his whole life combined, and it's the first year he didn't get a bird.
Yeah, that's I can relate to that. I told a story earlier in the season, but I hunted myself more than I've ever hunted this year after this one particular bird, and he whooped my butt every day. Never could kill him. He's still out there strutting around right now, probably. We went today looking at his we're close to where we go dove hunting, so we went to look at the sunflowers, and sure enough, he was right out there just strutting around like he was all season.
I think deer season is going to be great.
This year, you think it is?
For us, because we've gotten everything, like, perfect. And every day we just see bucks. And he bought a deer feeder where
Well, we can't put the deer feeder out yet.
Well, you don't want to say where you were hunting. Some places you can.
I didn't learn. Let's learn that. So,
I would say North Carolina is you be careful where you're hunting, I guess.
yeah, but the deer feeder, like it puts out corn right after shooting starts and right before shooting ends.
On a timer.
So then we're trying to like train the deer to come at certain times.
That's good.
So then
So you can shoot them.
or they can like hear it and then know, oh crap.
the dinner bell.
Yeah.
Dinner bell.
We clear cut about 2/3 of our land about 3 years ago, and we basically pushed everything that was on it off. But now, the bear and the deer are really doing good. So last year, deer season, it was the first time we've ever actually seen any decent bucks on our property, and we shot at I shot at 2 or 3. Larken shot at them. We missed every one of them, like blatantly missed the animal, and I'm like, what is going on? And so I'm on the phone talking with a buddy of mine about it, and it clicked that my rifle had been in the deer stand in like one of those tripods, and I forgot a pine tree fell on my box stand and knocked my rifle over. And,
You had to readjust.
I didn't even pay attention to it, didn't even think about it because it happened a little bit before we really started hunting. And I was like, well, damn, I've shot at all these animals with a rifle that was never sighted in. So I felt like an idiot.
Mentioning the video crew, I will say that's one thing to have those memories to look back on. We went to Argentina that a couple of times, 2 trips ago, and had a guy go with us. Chad went and got a bunch of pictures and videos, and it was really cool. We didn't make a TV show or anything out of it. We did use it for social media, but it was cool. Looking back when my dad was there, it was cool to have those memories to look back on. And even now, looking at the pictures and videos, so I can see that being cool to have some, and you can do it yourself, I guess, too. But
My ADHD, just speaking of cameras, we found like an old camera that my mom had bought a couple years ago, and we were like scrolling through the old pictures, and we were finding pictures of my dog when she was just a puppy, and like my first visit is to Disney World videos, pictures, and it was just like, wow, this has been sitting
a long time.
probably in an attic with a black widow on it.
Yeah,
for
think about that. Like,
years.
used to like parents would find like a box that had pictures in it, and now we just
Finding cameras.
we find memory cards that we plug in and look at.
We had a meeting the other night at the fire department, and we did a training video. I forgot all about it years ago when Joey was talking about it to the guy. I said, we made this training video. I said, well, we got a copy of it around here. So I'm sure it's a VHS. I don't know what we're going to do with it when we can find it. We had to convert it to a DVD or somehow to put it on the computer or
You
something.
don't even know what a VHS is, do you?
That big tape thing.
Familiar.
Yeah, you ain't never seen it. You ain't never seen a tape.
They started going away when I was younger.
Yeah. So you've been turkey hunting, deer hunting, duck hunting. I heard something about shooting some iguanas. You went to Florida shooting iguanas. That's a lot of fun, right? Pellet
Yes,
guns.
sir.
It's always a good time.
That ended up being a good trip. When we were down there, we were trying to film the last episode, and it was supposed to be.
Can I talk about
Yeah, you go ahead.
it? Okay. Actually, you talk about it.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say what happened, and you can talk about the details of it. But we were heading down, and we were gonna go stop in the Everglades, and we were gonna plan on camping on a chickie. We were gonna fish, make it to a place, camp, fish the next day, then call it, and then we were gonna go down to Key West, and we were gonna fish with a friend of ours and trying to film Larken catching a permit and whatever. Well, they had cold weather just like we had earlier in the year that totally messed up their fishing, fish kill or cold stuns or whatever. And so like the week before everything was planned, like I was telling you about with the stress and stuff, have had everything planned. Flights are booked, hotels are booked, we're past refund, whatever. And this weather comes through and like it's basically not even worth going at this point for what we were trying to do. So we did the whole camping thing, but we barely caught any fish in the Everglades. And the Key West thing completely
Except the second day when we switched.
we found
We
some
were
speckled.
like, I was like ripping them in every cast.
Not you.
Okay.
You
Just
caught
you.
3
Yeah,
fish, and I caught 3.
but we went all the way to the Everglades to catch speckled trout. We could have done that in Bellhaven.
A bit closer to home.
Yeah, so But the keys piece of it was I was scrambling, dude. I was trying so hard to find something to make an episode of.
Just to add it, it was a lot cooler because we were probably 100 yards away from a flock of 100 wild flamingos.
Yeah, there was
wow.
like bright pink flamingos
That's cool.
right on the other side of the little channel from us. But so talked to you about it, tried to find something to do, and we pulled some iguana hunting out, and I was able to book like an offshore trip that we ended up pulling it together, and it turned out to be probably the most like action packed and successful adventure that we did all year. Because that one was unique because otherwise in other episodes we were sharing some form of like tradition or like doing a fish stew at home and just different stuff like that. When we were out on the road, like we had to make it all happen that way. So Larken, now is your chance, buddy. Give us an hour-long review of iguana hunting and blackfin tuna fishing.
The cat's got your tongue now.
No, we talked about it while ago. The iguana hunt, that's a lot of fun. It's I know when it's cooler sometimes it can be difficult. We talked about it how they're green blended. They are all up in the trees and they kind of blend in with the trees and can be difficult to see them sometimes. But highly recommend doing the iguana hunt if you ever get the opportunity.
It's fun.
Yes.
I mean,
It's a lot of fun.
it's a small. I mean, to really successfully knock them dead, you've got to
You
shoot
gotta
them
be on
just
it.
right.
Yeah, you got to be on it. You
If
mentioned
I was like one of those guys on YouTube that have a clear shot at a 7-foot iguana, I would probably pass out from like just
Adrenaline.
it would be.
We did one of the ones he killed.
It was a decent male.
We've got it. Hopefully, if everything's where it's supposed to be, it's in Naples right now, in line to get taxidermied.
you gonna do a full mount?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we saw 2 iguanas in this one spot. I popped that female that we were talking about earlier, and then there was a male, and I had not a bad shot at him. I was leaned up against a tree, aiming up, and I shot him in the head. And he just ran off, and
He fell out of the tree, almost landed on the camera guy, and as soon as he hit the ground,
Took off
buddy,
running.
he was like Sonic the Hedgehog, man. Them back wheels was spinning. He was gone.
But we like looked for probably 10 to 15 minutes just on the boat around the area. We could not find it.
Yeah. Well, what I learned, so the first one Larkin shot at, fairly close shot. He shot it. The thing rolled out, fell out of the tree, and then when we went to go get it, we realized that it wasn't there and it wasn't dead. And we ended up seeing a couple other ones, but we ended up shooting that iguana. Had to get a little close quarters and shoot it. By this time, we were so close that the scope was no longer like on, right? So then you're just guessing. It was, so much. But Larkin was upset. He disguised it saying he was just so happy, but he was pissed off because I shot an iguana before he did. And I was trying to tell him that I shot the iguana that he shot. And we just had to finish it off for him, which was true. But when you look back at the video and truly slow it down, he actually hit that iguana, I guess, in what would be kind of its neck. And he just did graze the spine, but it was enough to like mess the thing up and knock it over. But so the iguana had I could show you in slow-mo that it was there. And so then he finally kind of accepted it. But thankfully, he did get a real clean headshot on one that is, I don't know what that's going to cost me, but eventually it'll be on a shelf somewhere at the house.
I was going to get one at our trip. I was going to get one mounted too, and they were going to keep it and do it. I don't know what happened. That never came to. I don't know.
Dude, I'm big on that stuff. Like, it may seem dumb and maybe may not have anywhere to do it, but so upstairs at our house, it was supposed to be, I guess, I don't know if it's a man cave, but it was like kind of our little movie room, right? I had a projector screen in there, and I had made it. Initially, I had like flags from PGA tournaments I'd been to and some signed jerseys from people we had met and just different things. It was kind of like a sports room. And I was just sitting there one Sunday watching, TV, and I looked around and I was like, man, this ain't me no more. Like, what was Larkin's bedroom upstairs, he kind of commandeered a bedroom downstairs. And so we would have people go stay in this bedroom that was supposed to be his, and there was deer and
all
squirrel
the
skins and
people
raccoon
that
skins.
Stayed in there, they would come down in the morning and say, when I woke up, I got so scared because I saw a 6-point buck staring at me.
There's just stuff everywhere. But, I mean, I've been, like, crazy. Like, I've got the wing from the first dove he ever shot. Like, I keep all kinds of stuff. But, so
that dove was a juicy
I hit
one.
pause. I hit pause on what I was watching. I just cleared the walls. And I just started moving everything from his room and my office.
You dragged me in there.
And so I hung up all the stuff that, him and I have, the mounts and the turkey fans and all this stuff. And I just sat there and looked around, and I was just like, it made me so happy reflecting on all the memories. Yep. And I write little notes about each thing behind it. And it's like, dang, so I'm very adamant about getting the iguana mounted and doing these things. And it may get put in a box one day, but the day that I break out that box and fumble through it, you're like, damn, it's going to be cool memories to relive again. Yep,
it's all about those memories. That's good to have that to look back on, too. You'll be old one day, you'll forget all about it, so you have those memories. I remember that.
We got a crate of fish being done right now. And
a crate?
Yeah,
a crate of fish.
I got his bull drum. Oh, another thing I did with the show is I got bobbleheads made of Larken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
should have brought one of those to put it in here.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that.
So I got bobbleheads to remember the episodes, but then I've gone back and I've gotten, as we've traveled in different countries and he's caught a fish or whatever, like kind of the accomplishment was of that trip, I get like a full mount of the fish. So, it's expensive as hell to acquire the memory, and it's expensive to establish it too.
It sure is.
Well, just now we're on fish taxidermy.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier, but I caught that 4 1/4 pound bass, and you're getting it mounted, right?
Already ordered.
Boom.
Yeah.
I got to do what I can.
So we're like 30% of the time it's his card, and then 70% of the time it's ka-ching, mama's bill.
No, so Larkin's bad about he's got his mama's Amex on his phone.
Oh my gosh.
And he'll volunteer real quick. I get this. I got this bill. And he'll pay in a heartbeat. Yeah.
If I was your age and had my mom's Amex on my phone,
I'd be taking off my phone so quick.
But look, this is how I do these mounts. Now I do girl math on my fish mounts. So right now while I've got the order placed, technically anything I add to it's free shipping as long as it fits in the same crate. So I'm saving money by adding more to it,
Makes sense to me.
So so I'm hoping I don't know that it'll happen in time, but our biggest goal in North Carolina is to catch a tarpon in the Pamlico River. And so if we can get a tarpon in the next, 30 or 60 days, we might can add that to the
crate.
Yeah.
Put it in the crate. It'll be a big crate.
Put some girl math on that one.
It'll be a big crate.
Yeah.
We talked about, fishing and hunting and killing. Let's talk about cooking. I've seen you do some cooking on some of these social media videos or trips y'all were on. You can't mount everything. You got to cook some of the stuff, right? You done any cool meals y'all have had? I know obviously y'all kind of got your start into food and the outdoor dining type business and cooking and grilling, and Michael, that's his forte and really good at what he does. But y'all done any cool outdoor
I'm gonna leave
recipes?
this one to you.
No, well, I'll talk a little bit, but tell them what you made last night. Tell them about your new dish you made last night.
Let's hear it.
The Snoop Dogg ramen.
Yeah.
What made it Snoop Dogg?
So it's his recipe, and you chop up some beef jerky, and then add topping. You sprinkle on some Doritos, and wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I used chopsticks, and I started running out, so I had to use a fork, and I was starving, so it was just.
I try to give help Larkin make his own little recipes so he can be self-sufficient if he's hungry and stuff. Yeah. And so we've got this 5-minute ramen microwave recipe where he adds our Fox Hollow salt of the earth seasoning, some soy sauce, and then the ramen packet and everything. And so that's always the base.
Okay.
And so last night we did the stovetop version, but cooking wise, man, we haven't
And then we had a buddy of ours drop off some corn, and then he said, "You know what? Grab some corn out of the fridge, fill up a bowl with some water, plop it in there, 5 minutes. It always works."
We're just finding what we can do for 5 minutes. But cooking wise, man, I'll tell you.
Wow. Okay, I'm sorry, dude.
I'll tell you eventually.
When something comes to my mind, my ADHD, it's just, gotta say it.
Yep.
So we're going to just go ahead and give off the 5-minute recipe. And this will kind of help us make some money off of our website. So this is what you'll need. You'll need some soy sauce, salt of the earth, made by us, Fox Hollow Outdoors, and
It's Fox Hollow all-purpose salt.
all-purpose salt, yep. So and then you get Maruchan.
Sir?
What are you talking about?
The type of, you get beef ramen.
Whatever the classic
the
ramen.
brand of ramen. That's what he was trying to say.
I don't even know what the brand. I know it more by the appearance of the label.
So it's like that cube ramen, and you get a bowl, and then you take the little seasoning packet and you put that in there first, and then you put that block of ramen on there, and you fill it up with room temperature water until it goes barely above that block of ramen. Throw it in the microwave for about 5 minutes, or not about exactly 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Put a couple ice cubes in there just to cool it down.
Boom.
You put your soy sauce. Not boom yet.
Not boom yet.
Hold on.
You get some soy sauce, put it in there. I like a lot because I'm a soy sauce dude. Then you put that all-purpose salt. Chef's kiss. Love that stuff.
Cooking with Larken.
I'm kind of getting hungry now hearing that story. That sounds good.
So we've got, from the food side of things, we haven't been doing, there's just not a ton of barbecue festivals and stuff that we participate in like we used to.
Right.
But there's one in Charlotte, and the guy who kind of puts it on is very supportive of Larkin and I and what we try to do together and that kind of stuff. And so he had told me that this year I could set up a Fox Hollow. Sam Jones Barbecue was going to be there cooking a pig. But he told me we could set up a Fox Hollow tent and sell our seasonings and stuff since it was a barbecue festival, and we do have a barbecue seasoning. And I said,
we have a pit blend.
So I said, well, hell, if we're going to be there doing that, can I cook at it too? And so he said, yeah. So I set up at this barbecue festival and I cooked redfish. Everybody else was cooking barbecue, and I'm out here grilling redfish.
And we got a trophy that said "worth the meat sweats."
Yeah, so there happened to be some food writers there, and it wasn't intentionally a competition, but they awarded us like kind of the prize for the protein.
There you
and
go.
We were out there just slinging fish at a barbecue festival. So that, as you talk about like Fox Hollow evolving, I could see how that's something that I enjoy, kind of mixing, trying to use cooking wild game or cooking things outside the realm of the domestic meat that we're used to cooking, and doing that with Larkin. And so I was running the food and the samples, and we had family helping us, and then Larkin ran the merch tent.
Heck yeah.
So our next big event is the Mid-Atlantic Outdoor
Yeah, it's coming up
Expo. So we've been getting some custom baits and some different stuff in stock for that, and we're going to have some yogi bins out there and that kind of thing.
So speaking of that, Sam Jones Barbecue, they do catering for that, and we got this one cellular iPad that we need to use, and we could not find, he couldn't find it around the house. He went to our office and he could not find it, and I was like, I haven't touched it. Well, apparently I did. I hooked it up to my DJ setup, and it was just right in my bedroom the whole time.
Yeah, dude, I'd called both restaurants asking if they'd seen it. So it's one of those things that's typically like 1 in 2 or 3 spots. And so I was in between Zoom calls this morning. I'm going to the office in Aiden to try to find it. I come back home. I get on the phone with Verizon. I buy another iPad, get it shipped here. And so I get that done. Then I hop on like a conference call. And I can't sit still if I'm just on the phone, so I'm pacing, right?
Yeah.
And I just happened in my pacing to step into Larkin's room, and that iPad that I'd asked him and his mom if they'd seen it. I ain't seen it. I haven't touched it. I mean, just definitively defended himself that he has not touched it. There the iPad is.
I got short-term memory.
Plugged in to the DJ system.
Well,
Honestly,
you got your iPad now, it sounds like.
But I'm thankful I canceled the other one.
Okay.
I have this weird thing, like, I can't remember things from a week ago, but I can remember things from 6 years ago.
Yeah, that selected memory.
Yeah, you know how like today also I said, hey, lock the front door. Oh, I'm going to.
Didn't do it.
Guess what I did on the way out today?
I locked. I locked that door.
No, you didn't.
I pulled up the handle and said,
Maybe yesterday.
nope, that was today.
Cooking competition. I will mention next. I think it's gonna be next weekend, maybe. Our friends at Carolina Packers. They were here last year for an episode, but they do this They did this whole bologna cook-off. You know, Bright Leaf Carolina Packers sells the bologna sliced, thick slice, thin slice, or by the whole
Carolina
roll.
Packers.
And
I know the Green Bay Packers.
It's very similar. Yep, they're close. But they're going to be here next week, and we're going to recap. You know, last year we had a cook-off over at the farm where people with these teams came and smoked. It's actually really cool, smoked, cooked, whatever, the whole log of bologna. Then they cut it up and presented it to the judges, and that was a lot of fun. At the time, I could not be a judge because of some health issues I had going on in my life at the time, but I did sample a little bit of everything. I couldn't eat a whole bunch of it. But anyway, Carolina Packers is coming back next week to talk about. Hopefully, they're going to do another one of those sometime in the near future, which would be
fun.
cool.
I'd like to be a part of that.
It's a lot. Cooking different things. You mentioned these steak cook-offs and barbecue cook-offs, but that was kind of first I've ever been involved with when they were judging the bologna, cooking bologna, and it was some good bologna too. It was really good.
Man,
So
nobody steal this because if I get to compete, I'm going to do it. But, man, like a fried bologna sandwich with a runny egg on it.
yeah, there was. I saw every plate that was presented to the judges, and some of them got very, very. And it wasn't just like it was a plain loaf bread mayonnaise sandwich.
Like
They were all very
a Martinsville
creative.
bologna sandwich.
Yeah, some of them were like cheeseburgers, and they had beef on there, and sliced ham and bologna, and a lot of different things added to it, and sauce, and it was really good. So anyway,
He's weird. He likes him and Elvis. He'll get a white bread. He'll get some white bread and he'll put mayonnaise and bananas on there, and I'm like, dude.
Man, I grew up on Sundays, man, like a banana, mayonnaise, and sugar sandwich.
Yeah.
Did you do sugar?
No, I am not with the banana and mayonnaise, but I'm a banana and peanut butter person, and so my grandparents, they'll do banana and mayonnaise, and I'm like,
Have you ever had apple and peanut butter?
Yes, very
So
good.
good.
But
With a
speaking
little
of
bit
events, man,
chocolate chips.
it never works out on time, and we're always gone somewhere. And I think I've already looked at the calendar. It's the same thing this year, but I want to come be a part of y'all's little
Southern Outdoor Classic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that to you before we got off this episode.
I'll double check the dates.
So last week in August, that's coming up here soon too, and that's always a good time. And this is like our fifth year doing it. We got demos and vendors indoors and outdoors, and some new vendors and food trucks and music and cornhole, big cornhole tournament, and archery tournament, and all kinds of fun
We
stuff.
attended it, I don't know, 2 years ago, 3. It was hot.
Yeah,
oh my
it's hot.
God, it was hot.
Yeah, it's that time of the year. We always do it right before dove season, so we do it based on the timing of hunting season, not so much the temperature outside. But we've had a couple of hot years. Last year was not bad, so this year we're hoping it's not going to be as bad this year. But it was kind of warm there a couple of times. But
Kinda.
yeah, it was kind of warm. Let's talk outdoor products. You guys roll with a lot of the same people we roll with, and I see y'all talking about all these same brands that we sell on our website and here at Spring Hill Outfitters. Two in particular we want to talk about that I know y'all are very familiar with the brand. We'll start number one with Turtle Box, because I know y'all are big Turtle Box guys. And if you get targeted with these sponsored ads from Turtle Box, you've probably seen.
I'm the guy telling you to go buy all of them.
Seen the guy right here lately, the last few weeks, promoting the new Cub speaker, but he does talk very highly of all of them, which we always do as well. All the products that Turtle Box makes are great, but the latest and greatest is the Cub.
You're the guy who tells them. I'm the guy who shows up on the clipped ones. That's just like different commercials.
You
Yeah,
don't
you've
know
been to a
why?
couple
Because
of
you
them,
talk
too.
too damn much. They can't fit everything you got to say in a 15-second commercial.
And just a quick picture of you walking by, and that's it.
Yeah.
What your dad did to talking. But no, Turtle Box has got some great. Talk about the Cub. You're a big Cub fan, I guess.
Man, I am a fan of the Cubs. So not April of 25, I guess, I went to Turtle Box and did their spring fling and cooked a pig. And there was some like 3D printed versions of that speaker size and some possibilities of what might be the next one. And
Remember that 3D printed version of
I was
like the
drawn
real
to
small?
that one. I was like, man, I hope that works out. Well, then Larken and I went back and visited them in January.
Yeah.
Went to headquarters. Larken got to tour it and check it all out. And the Cub had then been decided. I don't know. I didn't know it as the Cub at the time.
Yeah.
But, we had saw that, hey, this is going to be the next thing.
I think they called it something else to begin with, and they changed names on it kind of there at the last minute. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, what was the?
I can't
Scout, I think.
Thanks.
Is what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, Scout. And it has some issues with
That's
the name
it.
in there. But
So I think that speaker's great. What I like about it is, it really separates itself from the Ranger, because if you're the guy who is playing golf or needs to magnetize that thing to your side by side. The Ranger's for you all day long. But for the person going out on a boat or sitting around the swimming pool or something like that I think more so the boat than the swimming pool, to have that small speaker that floats is a big deal.
Yeah, the Cubs done really well.
Yeah. Have y'all sold them really well?
Yeah. Well, we hadn't had them in like a week or two now, I guess, but they've done really well.
Especially with that, with the Gen 3 being at $430, it's just in that it's that perfect sweet spot between the Ranger and that. I think it's a cool deal.
Yeah. Next is Yeti. I know last time we spoke, it was right after I think y'all had done the little photo shoot with Yeti with Firefly Yellow. Yeah. I know y'all were big Yeti guys. And Yeti, I swear, they've come out with all kinds of new stuff. I tell people, if you haven't been here the last 24 hours, they probably have something new you hadn't seen the last day. New colors, new products, new cups, new product categories, everything new. And a lot of new stuff's coming the last couple of weeks, a lot of stuff coming the next couple of weeks, and then even into the fall that we've seen some stuff coming out.
That new baby blue color that y'all are selling down there, I like that.
Yeah, I like them. They got some new colors. They got this fall the new Upland collection, which we just got in a few days ago. Upland, which is like the olive green with the king crab orange color combo, and then the wetlands camo to bring in camo back. And same camo as last year, but they're adding some pieces that we have and some that are on the way. Some new pieces they did not make last year into camo. So our fall, the hunting world. Everybody likes Yeti, but they got some new colors I think that are really going to apply to
Yeti. To world. All those things. Yeti's pushing, from what I understand, very hard in like Europe and that stuff. Honestly, man, 2017 was the first time we ever went to Yeti headquarters, and I may be like a little off on some of these numbers, but even back then, like they weren't like completely like what they would consider like nationwide. Yeah, they were still regional and different, and they were still trying to get across the country. And now they've got so much focus in Europe and acquiring these other companies like the bag companies and stuff like that. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I mean, we don't have the relationship and the that we used to as far as from the food world, just because like they've. I'm not going to say they've conquered that market, but it's time to put resources towards other things. But like hell, I mean, this is one of those new lunch boxes.
Day trip series.
And I've literally got it as a
camera bag.
Yeah.
Just for me, like I throw this in the boat, I throw it wherever, so it's padded and protected. And so I find myself using their stuff a little bit outside the box of what I've intended. Some of my favorite stuff that they've come out with is really that food storage.
Yeah, they've expanded the food cookware and food storage and a lot of food prep, the Rambler bowls and a lot of things in the food avenue.
The bowls and the food storage is something that gets used almost daily. And I use that food storage, obviously, at home for what it's meant to be. Yeah. On the boat, we typically, I can pack Larken and I a sandwich each in a big one. But also, I'll go ahead, if I know we're going to go out like drum fishing for cut bait and stuff like that, I may go ahead and chunk up some bait, or that's how, if I'll throw bait in there and I'll use it, and I got those marked because they do.
Yeah. You can have one of them like crappy Publix containers that they put them sandwiches in. If you put that on ice, you've got a soggy sandwich. But if you put in one of them things,
Yeti works.
Dry.
You heard it here first.
Larken approved. Yeah, Yeti's killing it right now. They've I'm excited for the new stuff they have coming out and what they got out now. And I will say we went to the road show in Raleigh a few months ago, and they had Kevin Van Dam was there and
Mark Daniels Jr. Did you meet them?
I spoke in passing. I didn't hang out with them by no means. I spoke to them and Tony Vandemore and all those guys, and they had a little Q&A with those guys, and they all agreed that the Go Box was their number one. I was going to ask you all your favorite Yeti piece was, but they all agreed that day the Go Box was their favorite Yeti piece that they used the most. And they were all different avenues of their industry, but they all use that most.
We use those. I mean, I've got one. I just took one out of the duck boat. I finally got me a duck boat this year. Number one, we go hard, right? Yeah. So, like Larken kills his first wood, duck limit in January, and I got me a duck boat by March. So that's how we roll. But like I've got me I've got a Go Box that's my like catfishing and shad fishing one, and then I just kind of have different ones for different, and I just load the box and go. But man, speaking of Kevin Van Dam, I got to at the Yeti Open in Missouri, the bass tournament they put on. I got paired with Kevin.
That's right, I remember that.
Yeah, I got paired with him last September. Me and him,
remember that.
We won the little. I'm not like an official ambassador, but I fished in the ambassador tournament with Kevin, And man, we got done with that thing, and they didn't there wasn't no trophy or nothing. I was like, well, damn it, I'm gonna remember that me and Kevin Van Dam won a tournament together. I'm gonna tell my grandkids about this one. So they had one of the Yeti engraving stations there set up at the Yeti tent. So I got me and Kevin bottles engraved. It said
Champion.
First place or whatever. So I shipped him one. But he has been one of those guys that was been unexpectedly really kind to me. After that trip, tried to kind of walk on eggshells. I think my biggest thing when I meet people that I look up to, that, I try not to just completely talk about what they do for a living, because I feel like I don't love to talk unless it's like a deeper question. Like I don't love like surface level conversation all the time about barbecue. So we had him and Matt Pittman would meet church or buddies. And so struck up some common ground there and kind of gently shared with him what I was trying to do with Larken with that TV show. And I sent him a couple of episodes, and I expected him to not watch them at all. And that was Sunday we left, and that Monday afternoon I was driving, and my phone rings, and I see it's Kevin Van Dam. I'm like, what in the world? I mean, he's just calling. He's encouraging about what we were doing and the content and how we liked it. He's been helpful, and he sent a big box of baits to Larken for pond. What'd you say when you opened up that box, Larken?
Kevin Van Dam.
He said, damn, that's a lot of baits. But he was good. But that Mark Daniels Jr., I fished with him.
And that was the day when we got
before.
That.
He's a really nice guy too.
Yeah, they're good folks, and that was a cool event. But it was really cool that all of y'all agreed to go. And they a lot of things, like you said, they make things that are maybe designed. I saw actually a TikTok this morning. The girl, I don't know, some on my TikTok had her makeup bag was one of those. Had a little travel makeup bag.
My wife.
That's actually a good idea.
Even the old school lunch boxes. I don't know how many. The dollar value of Botox has been transported in that thing by her.
Multi-use.
Yeah, when she first started her business, she was completely like concierge, and she was going to people's houses and stuff, doing the Botox and the filler and stuff, and which filler, not temp control, but like it all was.
Remember when you saw them boxes by the door and you accidentally burned like $200 worth of filler?
This isn't really outdoors, but it is. But it was a tragedy outdoors. So my wife, we kind of got this deal. Like whenever we get Amazon packages, there was this kind of common area that we would throw Amazon packages. That means that these need to go to hell out. But I'm typically the only person that carries them out. And so I had seen this box come in, and typically when she would receive Botox and this box will make it to the house, there's a white styrofoam cooler type deal in it, and there's ice blocks. Well, she would take the product out and the box with just the ice pack, so there was weight to the box, right? And I've thrown these out multiple times. Yeah. Well, package comes in like on a Wednesday or something like that, Friday. Well, that Monday evening, even a couple of empty 12 packs of Mountain Dew and stuff have been thrown on top of it. So I'm gathering stuff up. I gather all the boxes and everything up, and I put them on the top of my bed cover, and we ride out to the back of the house, and I set everything on fire. I don't think nothing of it. Wednesday, she calls me, hey, where's that box?
That was an expensive fire.
That was full of filler. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, the box that was I said, oh, I burnt that. She was like, no, you didn't. I'm like, yeah, I burned it. It was the typical thing. So what Michael had did was he sat, not like of retail value, but of actual cost. I burnt $16,000 worth of vials of filler.
That's an
cosmetic filler.
Fire.
Yeah.
I thought it was only like $200.
No.
It was a lot.
And so Larken had a class party that same morning. And you could have cut the tension with a knife in that classroom party between him and her. Her and I. But I did my I presented my case of why it shouldn't have been there and why I felt like it was what it was.
Yeah. It's like the judge, I had that little wig on and they were just corner adjourned.
So yeah, that one took a little bit to get over for sure.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, what's anything else, you guys? We're kind of winding down on our time here. We talked about hunting and fishing and shooting and killing and cooking.
Crazy thing is, it's probably been an hour and I haven't even been talking half the time.
I know, dude. And I came in here today thinking I was going to try to sit back and let you do the talking, but man, we just can't cover any ground.
You make fun of me for talking so much, and then when we get on a screen, you're talking.
But at least
3/4 of 4.
But at least, man, I cover a lot of ground,
we always talk about taking young folks outdoors and getting them outside. And I think this is a good example. Obviously, Larken, we mentioned this 2 years ago. Now you got 2 more years under your belt of outdoor activities and all kinds of stuff. You need to go ahead and start writing a book. The age you are.
Oh my God! Can you imagine reading all those words?
Start writing it now. We'll go back revise it later on down the road, but at least so you won't forget all these memories because you're gonna have so many memories and stuff like your daddy. So I forget. Even myself, I try to when I go duck hunting, take all the pictures, and my phone is way full of pictures and videos. So
it'll probably look like one of my summer reading 3rd grade books, which are about this thick.
It'd be a lot.
You know, it's crazy. I'm thankful for guys like you that allow us to be a part of stuff, and it's wild to me to think everything that he's experienced in 8 years of life, and what he's capable of, and
Well, we
traveled a lot more than me, and I'm 3 times your age.
Well, me too. So to think like many things, and so like his mom and I, we just didn't grow up in families that did those kind of things or necessarily had the means to do that, and so now that through relationships and stuff that we've got the opportunity to travel, like number one, I'm not going to not let him go, but he is so mature and he is so capable. It's easy, right? It's easy for him to come along and do it. And so, to your point, a lot of my first are his first at the same time too. And then even still, one of the coolest things is I love knowing that he's been to countries that I haven't been to and stuff like that. And it doesn't make me, obviously I'm not jealous at all. I'm very proud.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's awesome. I'm jealous myself.
The one thing that we still got to get checked off that bucket list, though, Larken, is this daggone Spring Hill Green Wings camp we've heard so much about,
We got to do that.
That thing's like going and playing at Augusta.
I don't know. Well, it can be. It cannot be, but it can be. It's all about we got to work on doing a duck hunt down there this year, maybe.
I guess we got to get introduced to the right person.
I'll see if I can find a guy for you.
I might have a contact.
Talk to my booking agent.
That's like our Disney agent.
Get us on a duck hunt. It'll be fun down at Green Wing Hunt Camp this year. Thank you guys for swinging by, man. It's always we
Thank
talk
you
about
for inviting us.
cutting it short, not talking, but so long we get here and get talking about the outdoors, and it's easy. A lot of people we always say, man, we need to talk for 45 minutes to an hour, and you're like, oof, that's a long time. And you start talking about something that you like and you're passionate about, and you start talking, and next thing you know, the hour's gone by. We're not even done talking yet, but we try to keep it around an hour. So
Short story long.
Short story long.
Right. Go downstairs and buy us one of those skeet throwers.
It's a long, short story.
Yeah, Caldwell Claycopter. We mentioned that while ago before we released that video on social media. Those things are really cool. UFO. I'm telling you, nighttime. You got to be careful where you're shooting at nighttime. The noise ordinances on your neighbors, and that's a lot of fun.
Player Kurt, we need to get you to stock a couple of these Yogi bins.
Yeah, we talked about Yogi bins too. We got to work on getting those in the store too. They're pretty cool.
I got a little Glock BB pistol.
Yeah.
And this thing, when you take the first couple of shots with that CO2, it's like busting as loud as a regular one, so I can't shoot that thing at night.
Better be careful where you shoot that thing.
Those things scare me.
Yeah.
They look so real, the weight, it scares the crap out of me. Yeah. All right, this is how 45 minutes turns into 2 hours.
Yeah, no, y'all were good, man. Thank you. So social media, how do these guys that are listening find more about you, Larken, on social media? What do you recommend they go on social media to find all about your adventures? Where do they go? What do they look for? Website, Facebook. Where do they go? Tell them where they need to go.
That would be a question, sir.
Yeah, that's a question, not a statement.
Sorry.
Where should they go on social media?
I thought it was just a regular convo. So, if you want to find some of our show episodes and our stuff, go down to foxhollowOutdoors.com. If you want to find our YouTube channel, Fox Hollow Outdoors NC, and
my Instagram is michael.letchworth. And then also, if you're a viewer of Waypoint TV and stream things through their app, our season 1 is on there under Fox Hollow Outdoors. So you can watch it off their website. You can watch it streaming off their app. But all of our episodes are on our website and on YouTube also. Heck
yeah. Well, we appreciate it a lot. Thank y'all for coming by. Thank y'all for sharing the stories. I follow these guys on social media, and it's all, like I said, every week's a new adventure, and it's good. I like to go and enjoy the outdoors all I can, but when I can't, I like to sit home and watch other people who get to do it. Fly to Paris and fly first class. We live vicariously
through y'all.
Just live through, be like Larken, just live. And,
that's he's bougie too now.
I saw him flying Delta One up there in first class, and I had a glass of champagne. I think not a champagne, maybe.
I just flew Delta One for the first time this year.
For real? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
We didn't do Delta. We did.
You did United One or whatever it was. It was the same equipment.
United, and then Qatar was probably the nicest airline I've ever been on. Qatar is amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all. Thank y'all. I mentioned YouTube. Make sure you go to our new channel. Look for Taking It Outside, Spring Hill Outfitters NC.
And then also go to ours.
And then go to theirs too. Make sure you subscribe and like all their good stuff on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you, Joel Gillie Productions, for what you do here at Taking It Outside and Spring Hill Outfitters. Happy July 4th. It's a holiday weekend, the country's birthday.
Like an Eminem rap.
250 years old.
And if y'all happen to be at the Mid-Atlantic Expo, come say hey to us.
Yeah, swing us 2 weeks next week.
Yeah, I don't know when this
next
is airing,
weekend, I think. Yeah, this
And if
weekend.
you really saw this, you gotta say Mid-Atlantic.
Mid-Atlantic.
Say we saw you on Spring Hill Podcast, and we'll give you a free
Yep.
fishing and cooking towel.
There you go. Swing by and see him next weekend. Southern Outdoor Classic, I mentioned that a while ago. Last week in August, we'll talk to more Kent here the next few weeks about the Southern Outdoor Classic, but that's coming up next month since July is here now. The Southern Outdoor Classic is just a little over a month away. So thank y'all. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Joel. Happy Independence Day. Y'all be safe out there. If you're shooting fireworks off, be safe.
Back it up, Terry.
Yeah, don't be getting hurt.
Back it up,
We don't need
Terry.
nobody losing any fingers this weekend. So y'all enjoy your independence. Have a great weekend.
Don't turn Albert Einstein again and him make a second atomic bomb. We don't need
We
that.
don't need no atomic bombs this weekend. Everybody be safe. Y'all enjoy yourself and take it outside.
Peace.